Hello guys and welcome back again by today's new crypto daily update video. And in today's video we're gonna dive into all these charts, on-chain data that will lead possibly towards a altcoin season here. Bitcoin isn't doing that much, but what can we expect next? Because Bitcoin is going sideways for a reason here, and that is what we're gonna discuss in the video. So let's dive right away into the charts here. I've been talking about this chart lately a lot because it's pretty important, like I've said, and I'm repeating myself, but market structure is key. Market structure is everything in a market. So if you know how market structure works and how you can anticipate on it, you can make a lot of money here. So I'm gonna discuss that live right over here. We created a new higher high, and that means that price is in an uptrend. So every time, if we are in an uptrend, we make a new high, that's a new higher high. And that's exactly what we want to see. Because this push towards the upside, let's see power. So what do we want to see next is the next higher high again, because that's strength in the market. If we go up and reject from this high, price isn't strong enough to break this high, which will signal for a maybe cool down towards the downside. Or for now, this is a higher low, so that's this point is a higher low in the chart. Higher lows you need to hold. If you break them towards the downside, it means that you make a lower low, and a lower low signals, if you go from a higher high towards a lower low, that you're breaking your trend towards the downside. And that's exactly not what you want to see here on Bitcoin, because we're both very bullish on Bitcoin, but we can anticipate it on both ways here. So what we expect next is that we hold this higher low pattern. That's exactly what we're doing right now, but it doesn't look that strong in my opinion. What we want to see is price surging up towards the upside and confirming this higher low. If we do so, we expect a new higher high here. So that's exactly how we can trade this. But also a cool down scenario is very likely here. If we do break this higher low here, we can trade it towards the downside, because we will get a cool down towards the downside here, and that's how this works. So it's pretty interesting to see what price will do at this point, because for now we're creating a higher low, but it doesn't look that strong. If we break towards the downside, I'm gonna open up a short, because cool down is imminent right then. So let's see what the chart will give us here. And then we also come to the pattern I'm talking about a lot here, because it's basically the same here, and that's a head and shoulders pattern. But I think a head and shoulders pattern is more familiar to people than the market structure here. So I'm gonna explain it also with a head and shoulders pattern. How a head and shoulders pattern works is a left shoulder ahead and a right shoulder. So what you exactly see is, if you mark the lows and the highs, is you are shifting your trend towards the downside. And that's how you can anticipate on this pattern, because if we break this neckline here towards the downside, then we will get a retest and we can trade it towards the downside. And that trade, that very most likely setup, could lead to a very nice trade, approximately 1 to 3 risk to reward. So please make sure to keep an eye on this pattern, and please make sure to follow me over on X, because I'm posting everything that is happening in the market. So if we do break down here on the Bitcoin chart, which is something that can happen here, but we can anticipate on it with a short to hedge our long-term portfolio. I will be updating it live over on X hourly, and trade setups I'm sharing here, so please make sure to follow me over there. And then, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this pattern will play out here. If we break this one towards the upside, it's invalid because we didn't create the right shoulder we wanted. If we break it towards the downside, we can anticipate on it. So also on some cool down moves towards the downside, we can make money. So please keep that in mind. Also, if we look at the liquidity right here, we can see that we are building liquidity on both sides. So people are short and long at the same time in the market right now. The market doesn't move if there are much people long and much people short. So what do we need to do? We need to take out or either both sides of liquidity or either one side of liquidity and sweep it towards the other side. So if we sweep shorts here, then we will go down. If we sweep longs here, then we will go up. So we want to liquidate those people and then get the move towards the upside. But I really think, because we have a very slow market, there is a high possibility that we will take out both sides. So get a fake out towards the downside, fake out towards the upside, and then put the move in, or the other way around. So please keep an eye on that one, because I really think it's very important to look out for liquidity, because now the markets are slow, and that means that a liquidity swipe is very easy to make for the market makers. So please make sure to keep an eye on that one. And if you look at some on-chain data here, this is the new versus old whales here. We can see the green lines is the new whales in the market, and we will see a massive surge towards the upside. So that basically means that new whales are coming into the market and buying Bitcoin. And that is for a reason, because they're very bullish, and all those whales who buy Bitcoin right now don't want to sell it in the future, because they believe in Bitcoin. So that will lead, which I talked about a lot, to a supply shock. And if we will get a supply shock on Bitcoin, we can literally fasten our seatbelts, because we will go up pretty hard. And this chart shows literally that new whales keep buying Bitcoin, and yeah, this will lead to a massive surge in price for Bitcoin here. So pretty interesting to see that even if price go down, also here, if price got that cool down towards the upside, new whales came into the market, and that's exactly what you want to see. So yeah, it's very beautiful to see here. And also on Ethereum here, the pattern we've been talking a lot about lately is still playing out pretty nice here. We got some fake out here towards the downside, but we came above it, and now it looks like we're gonna retest the support side here before going up towards the upside again. Also here, I'm not gonna discuss it all the way because I've been doing it for a week right now, but these are two setups, how you can anticipate on this pattern. And if we break out and there will be a setup activated, I will talking about it on my X page, so please make sure to follow me over there. But it's a pretty exciting chart to see, because this breakout will be massive, and the longer it takes, the longer the expansion will, the harder the expansion will be, and that's exactly what you want here. So also a pretty interesting chart here on ETH BTC. We can see that we have exactly the same pattern as Bitcoin here. So this could also lead to a massive breakout, and I really think that if we see a breakout on these Ethereum Bitcoin chart and Ethereum chart, altcoin season is about to start. But we can also trade it towards the downside, of course. So for now, we haven't convinced that we will see a breakout towards the upside or downside, but if we see so about breaking this resistance, we will have a massive surge towards altcoins and Ethereum, and we will pump pretty hard. So pretty excited to see what this price will do and how this chart will play out here. And then something that is pretty important to keep in mind, if you look at the Ethereum ETF flows, we can see that we have very consistent buy-in every day. Expect from 26 May they were buying, and they weren't selling here, so they only buy, and that's pretty good to see. So we have very consistent buy-in in the ETF flow, the Ethereum ETF, so that's pretty good to see. And also here, big people are accumulating, and it's a very good and important sign to keep in mind. So, and that was it for today's video. In today's, if you want to never miss a daily update video again, please make sure to follow me live and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Cryptotice here, and I will update the market every single day, as you can see right here, and you will be updated every single day about the market. And if you want daily and hourly updates throughout the day, if we break out trade setups, because I'm literally posting trade setups here, please make sure to follow me over on X, and you will never miss a trade and a move again. So I will see you tomorrow by a new crypto daily update video. Bye.